Hey guys, Drak here. Uh, this is going to be another one of those videos. Welcome to Drak Rants, another edition, and I really do wish I had a better topic to discuss, because I know that the internet is 50-50 on this. If not, I would actually dare say 60-40 on it in a lot of cases. But unfortunately, people have asked my opinions, and I forgive the informality, or I apologize for the informality of this video, but I tried to write this out. I really did. And I tried to approach this as formally as I could. And I couldn't. I needed to be able to do this off the cuff, and so to speak, and give you my honest opinion on the matter. And I know a lot of people aren't going to like it, but this is my opinion, and I have a right to state it just as much as anybody else on the internet. So this is a long-awaited video on the Nostalrius issue. So it's now been about a week, and I've written this I don't know how many times. In the meantime, we've actually done an episode of Geek News since then, and it's just been very hard to actually kind of create this video for me without seeming like I'm a total and utter douchebag, or that I hate everybody that is in support of this, because, spoiler alert, I'm not. So let's just go ahead and get down to it, and I would just ask that, if you're going to leave a comment, before you leave the hate, at least listen to my argument and see whether or not I'm full of crap on the matter. At that point, you're free to believe whatever you want to believe. So I'm not going to do a background history or anything like that. Plenty of people have done it. Nostalrius was a private server for World of Warcraft that was remade into the vanilla WoW, like the original vanilla WoW before Cataclysm. And it was gaining popularity. It had about 800,000 to 1 million subscribers on that server before Blizzard stepped in and said, nope, we're defending our intellectual property, and you need to cease and desist. To which the internet cried out and said, oh, big bad Blizzard, stepping on the little guy. Except in this case, without seeming to be like a douche, where's the little guy here? Because as far as I'm concerned, a little guy creates his or her own unique individual intellectual property and puts it up against Blizzard and Warcraft. And that's not what happened here. Blizzard, or the developers of Nostalrius, openly admit, and their product says that they took World of Warcraft, repurposed it for their own means, which is a violation of their terms of service and their EULAs, all of the ones that they ever had to sign, or that they had to accept in order to play the game. And they violated it all by recreating it and redistributing it under their own means and repurposing it as being completely free. Well, guys, there's a reason Blizzard asks us to pay a subscription. You don't have to pay it, but the bottom line is that Nostalrius was basically getting money off of, yes, I know that their hard work is in there too, but they're getting money off of Blizzard's hard work. So Blizzard worked their butts off on vanilla World of Warcraft and on Burning Crusade and on Wrath of the Lich King and Cataclysm and Mists of Pandaria. They've worked their butt off to get these products out to you. And so at that point, Nostalrius, even though you don't want to admit it, has stolen from Blizzard. They have pirated material. And this is why I'm not on their side, and I'm glad they're shut down. Is because I can honestly say that if this was me and my intellectual property, I'd be hunting them probably harder than Blizzard did. I mean, Blizzard waited a good long time to take down Nostalrius, much less all of the other private servers out there that exist. So then at that point, I don't feel bad for the Nostalrius crew. I love the fact that they basically made the threat that since they're getting shut down, they're going to release this data so anybody else can create a Nostalrius server. Well, that already tells me you're not in the right. If you're going to go do that whole my whatever will not be silenced, and you know what you did was wrong, and look, let's cut down to brass tacks here. The developers knew they were doing wrong here. I know that of the 6, I don't know about the 30 that later came on, but of the 6 that recreated this, obviously, they were fans of World of Warcraft and played vanilla World of Warcraft. Otherwise, they wouldn't have wanted to create that or recreate it. So at that point, every terms of service, every EULA that they ever signed, they violated. And I don't feel bad about that. I don't feel bad about this being the penalty, that their server got shut down. And frankly, I don't feel bad for the 800,000 to 1 million people that can no longer play on their, for lack of a better term, illegal server. So, at that point, I'm sorry that, and I get the arguments that people are making all over the place, which is, WoW hasn't been WoW for me for this many years. And you know what? If you're coming in from, like, you played in the Burning Crusade days and then quit, and then came all the way into Mists of Pandaria, yeah, a lot of things have changed. But this is still World of Warcraft, and it's still Blizzard Entertainment, and it's still their intellectual property. So at that point, I get that you missed that original playstyle, but, well, there were also problems with that original playstyle. I played in, like, the only one I can't make a claim to is vanilla. I played 2 weeks of vanilla before Burning Crusade brought me in. So I played 2 weeks of vanilla. I got up to about level 25, and so I played up to that point. Then I played BC, and at that point I can honestly say that while the game, throughout the expansions, while the game has had some problems here and there, it has improved over time. I have my own problems with each expansion that has ever come out, but I also love each expansion and what they've tried to do with them, especially from a story perspective, because I love the Warcraft lore. But I can get your argument. However, you again were playing for free on a product that isn't free. So, and I also get frustrated with the non-profit accusations that get put out. You know, Big Blizzard stepped on a non-profit organization. I've actually seen that argument stated. And here's the bottom line, people. This isn't World Wildlife Fund, okay? This isn't a charity. This is pirates. Pure and simple. That's what they are. I'm sorry I have to say it. I am sorry I have to be the guy to say it. But they are pirates. Pure and simple. So at that point, to call them a non-profit organization, well, I say you demean the other non-profit organizations. So, and the main justification I would also say that they also aren't a non-profit organization is they were receiving donations from their player base to pay server costs. And at that point, I know that I've got a very flimsy argument there, but they were earning money for this, even though it was going straight to server costs. It was very easy for some of those developers to easily just say, let's get a little bit of a profit here after the server costs have been paid. And then from there, they could easily earn money off of it. That would have made Blizzard react quicker. But do you see what I mean? The justification is easily there. And also, I love the people that make the argument that if Blizzard improved the game, then I'd simply come back. While I believe you might, I also believe that it is a good thing to pay for a game or to pay nothing for a game. So, I guess my other question would be to the 800,000 is, would you pay to come back? Like, let's just say for the sake of argument, you get everything you want out of the many, many arguments that have been made on the internet. You get, and we'll get to a little bit more of a discussion here, you get legacy servers, and you get everything you want out of it. Would you actually pay for it? Like, if they actually put a subscription fee, like, let's just say you had to pay your $15 again, would you do it? Now, I know some of you out there would say yes or no outright. Yes, because we want to pay for this product and we appreciate it. No, we're sick and tired of paying for a subscription fee. WoW should go free to play. Or the other half that is going to say, well, we would do it, but we'd pay for it at a reduced cost. I don't even think you would do that. Because eventually you would have a problem with that cost and then you'd want to play for free again, and oh look, all of those private servers are out there. So that's where I have kind of a 50-50 argument on that matter. I don't know if a lot of them would pay, because once you've done the whole free thing, it's difficult to justify going back to paying for a subscription model. And I'm speaking from experience. Like, if I had the opportunity to not have to pay for WoW anymore, just pay for the expansions, I'd do it. I'd do it completely. But I understand why they have that subscription fee, and I understand why you have to pay that much for their expansions. So, I know I'm rambling here, but really, I had to do this off the cuff. So let's actually get into that discussion. Has this opened up the whole discussion of that Blizzard finally needs to listen to us and create legacy servers? Honestly, no. They don't have to listen to you. They like to listen to their fan base, and I know they do. I know they like to listen to their player base, especially when it comes to new ideas, new IPs, or I've seen ideas literally get brought in from the BlizzCon floor for games like Heroes of the Storm or maybe even Hearthstone. So I know that they like to listen to you. When it comes to a subject like this, however, I think they've made their opinion very clear. They don't want to do it. And as much as people don't like when J. Allen Brack comes out, or when Tom Chilton comes out and says, you don't want that, and we know you don't want that, yeah, that sucks, and they really should have another guy come out there and explain something other than you don't want that. But they're literally looking at this from their development perspective, and I respect it. I really don't think it's a good idea to put in legacy servers when you have an active product. If we had officially gotten announced that this was the last expansion and we're not doing any more, and then at that point they make the announcement that they want to do legacy servers, I'd understand that completely. But not when the game is active, because then at that point you have to placate to 2 player bases, and in some cases 2, 3, 4, 5, because me and Aldo actually went in on this on Geek News. Is like, you can't just start with a vanilla server. Eventually, somebody's going to want a Burning Crusade server, and a Wrath of the Lich King server, and a Cataclysm server, and a Mists of Pandaria server. They're going to want all of these things, and then at that point, you have to create separate teams to manage all of those different legacy servers. So I can't remember who actually, because a lot of YouTubers have voiced their opinions, and a lot of them have been 50-50 on the matter. And one of them actually said, yeah, this would basically cannibalize World of Warcraft. And I agree completely. I think it would. You'd have to split the team, which means less costs, less things going towards new expansions, and now you have to divert those funds, those team members, to managing these legacy servers that may or may not get the audience that they claim they're going to get. Again, why would you pay let's just say for the sake of argument, they do it and they give you a subscription fee. Why would you pay a subscription fee when there's so many private servers out there that you could just go out and check out? That's the problem you run into. And so at that point, to Blizzard, they literally look at it and go, is it worthwhile for us to do this? And they've made the assessment that no, it's not. And I, frankly, am also on their side on this. I don't think we need legacy servers. Maybe if we get to the last expansion and people actually want to see all this stuff, then fine, you could do that. I wouldn't have an issue, because you get what you want. Who knows, I might actually play on some of those legacy servers. I don't know, but that's the problem with this whole argument. No, I don't think Blizzard's going to do legacy servers out of this, especially to placate people that they believe have basically stolen their... I mean, they have a right to be able to say this. You played their intellectual property illegally. So at that point, why would they placate to you? They could actually say that. I'm sure some of them would say, well, yeah, we want to do that. Some of them wouldn't. And that's just the bottom line. And it's Blizzard, and at the end of the day, it's Blizzard's call, not ours. So I really don't want to ramble too much on this matter, but frankly, these are my opinions on the matter. I know that they're not popular, but they are mine. I do not feel bad for Nostalrius shutting down. I do not feel bad that Blizzard came in and defended their intellectual property. I do not think we're going to get any kind of lesson to Blizzard on this matter. The lesson that Blizzard can take from this is, yay, we defended our intellectual property, and we don't have to do jack for the people who have been playing our game illegally. Okay? Especially since I know a lot of those people have already reintegrated over into other private servers. So, really, even if WoW were to make legacy servers, what makes you think the Nostalrius people would go there? They're already on their own private. They're already on private servers again. So, no, I do not feel bad for Nostalrius whatsoever. If they had been trying to make something unique and new, I would not have as many problems with this as I do. But they didn't. And therefore, I don't feel bad for the fact that their joyride has ended. I also do not think that people are going to get their legacy servers as they want. Especially not after this. I mean, I hate to tell people this because people don't like this solution, but I mean, really, the only thing that you could have done in this matter is ask Blizzard for it and make a very concerted effort that you want that, and then Blizzard has to make the call. And Blizzard did make the call. They don't want to do it. So at that point, I'm sorry if I've upset some people. I'm sorry if you didn't get to hear what you wanted to hear, but that's my opinion on the matter. And frankly, I actually applaud Blizzard's patience on the matter because I've seen the struggles that they've had to go through with getting things like gold farming taken care of and other matters. And if you were to ask my honest opinion here, at some point I think you're going to get what you want. Because Blizzard does listen to you. Do I think it's going to be anytime soon? No. No, I really don't. But, like I said, you know, if it's the last expansion and they've figured that all out and they've worked it all out, then, yeah, they can redivert that team to legacy servers or to other games. Which I personally would want more than that. I love the Warcraft lore, but I love the fact that we're also getting a new IP from Blizzard this year. So, I want them to make new games. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end this rant now. I'm not going to apologize for my opinion. I'm sorry that you don't like it. But, yeah, I don't feel bad for Nostalrius, and I don't think you're going to get legacy servers anytime soon. In the meantime, though, I hope you guys can be at least civil with my opinion, and you can leave your own opinions in the comments below. I will either reply to them or not. And then also, I hope you guys have enjoyed this little bit of content. I know it was a little bit depressing, but it had to be done. In the meantime, I'm Drak, and I'll see you for the next video.